All right, so welcome. Today, we're going to be playing through the new story. So just to be clear, this is my second run-through of it. If you guys caught my stream yesterday, you will have seen me playing it very casually with some friends and mostly just trying to be quiet, absorb, figure out what was going on. Today, I'm going to do another playthrough, still fairly casual, but where we can openly discuss and talk about everything that's going on, really. I wanted to open up as well, as we begin the patch, right here at the Hall of Legends. And specifically this area over here on the right. I want to get the waypoint while we're at it. Which shows off a bunch of the stuff to do with the missing spirits of the wild, which are going to be a part of this episode. So you've got Shrine to Owl. I think people are really familiar with Owl just because the devs talked about Owl more. Even in the novels, they seem to talk about Owl more. There's the big ruined Owl Lodge just right next to Holbrack, but nonetheless not a part of the map. You know, it's in Snowdon, but it's really close by. And, well, I kind of wanted to just recap on these guys. I don't actually think Owl's in this episode, but we'll see. The shrine, this shrine is dedicated to Owl, who was devoured by Jormag. So this is what the Norn think, that these guys have been eaten and destroyed. Although the spirits have been missing before, Owl has been destroyed forever. Only a draft of Hunter's Ale will serve as a proper tribute, so I don't have any of that. But here we get another one of them, Wolverine. This shrine is dedicated to Wolverine, one of the spirits who gave the Norn time to escape Jormag's rise and find safety in Holbrack. So we can try to remember his thingy. I don't actually remember this option here to remember their bravery and have a drink to them. And this one is dedicated to Ox, one of the spirits who gave the Norn time to escape Jormag's rise and find safety. And there should be Eagle as well somewhere, I guess. Maybe not. Maybe we don't get to see Eagle here. But some lost spirits. And the Norn... They specifically say that Owl is destroyed, and these two, they kind of say that they're missing or whatever. Well, in this patch, we'll learn more a bit about their fates. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's hit up the story channel. Icebeard Saga. Now, I already played this on a Norn. The dialogue actually bugged, and I skipped a bit, which sucks. So, I'm hoping that this time, I won't miss any. And what I'm going to do now is play on a Char, because obviously the Char are a big part of the story too at the moment. When Bram goes missing in the hunt for Ritlock and Creature, the commander travels west to find them. Beyond the door in the mountains lies a long-forgotten lake, remembered only in Norn legend, and home to the terrifying source of the whispers plaguing the far Shiver Peaks.
Commander, we've got a problem. It's Bram. He's gone.
Gone?
To find Ritlock and Creature. They haven't checked in for days. I ordered him to stay put, but he wouldn't listen.
All right. How many Vigil did you send with him?
None. We're stretched too thin, and he refused to wait for reinforcements. Ever since that gate opened, he kept saying we had to go west. Wouldn't shut up about it. Things got heated, and he stormed off.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think we've lost a lot of Norn to the Whispers. Norn we trusted.
I know, but Javi, that's not Bram. I'll meet you at the Vigil Keep.
I have such a soft voice in this friggin' Abaddon mask. This is originally some Rev gear, but hey. Alright, so Javi says, Commander, while I hate the way that we read the mail after the dialogue, but whatever. It's probably better that than the dialogue cutting in the middle. While the Vigil continues to struggle against the constant encroachment of enemy forces, I did manage to send a small scouting party to explore the unopened gate we discovered leading into the Western Mountains. After much trial and error, the scouts were finally able to dissipate the Svanir shaman's corruptive magic and unlock the door with a Raven lens. Ritlock and Creature went through almost immediately to chase down Bangar, though I've yet to hear word from either one since they passed through. I don't have any scouts comfortable sending through the gate, but I know what lies on the other side. It's the lake where Svanir called out to the Ice Dragon champion long ago. It's a place of great power. Great and terrifying power. Be careful, Javi. So, you know, the patch opened with me expecting a ton of Sons of Svanir stuff. But it's funny, they don't really go into the Sons of Svanir too much, I don't think. Obviously, we'll see as we play through here. But yeah, so we head back to the Bureau Marches after our little break of however long. Can't help but always think about people just playing these patches episode after episode after episode. They'll probably be at the keep anyway, right? And they'll just go up and do this next thing. We'll see Javi and move on. I like that Javi's a big character here as well, because obviously her granddaughter is a significant, is significantly tied to Jakar Lake, sort of. You know, it's Svanir, her brother, more than anything else. But yeah. All right, so hello, Javi.
Any news?
No. And with everything since Almora, I don't have any scouts I can send to look for the three of them.
If Bram was heading west, then I'm heading west. Keep in touch on the comms.
I will.
The player character sounds like rocks because they're both female Char, I guess. Somebody just asked me in chat, but that's not actually... You know, they're not the same voice actress. They hired someone new on to do this. Right, so we'll move on through. I will... What mount should we pick? Let's go Jackal for a while. I don't know whether it's actually, like, skinned to look appropriate to this set. No, it definitely isn't. But hey, whatever. I'm still on a Condi build. This is actually a Condi build I was using for Demos.
What in the world?
See something?
Maybe. Not sure yet.
So we see a wolf. And in the trailer, we can hear Wolf speaking. But the question is it actually Wolf, or is it just a vision we're getting and like we're getting whispers in our head?
Again.
What is it, Commander?
Some kind of presence. A wolf, but not. It keeps appearing to me the farther west I go.
Wolf spirit. We'll follow him. You said he's leading you west?
Right to the mountain pass, where Bram was going. What's on the other side?
A frozen lake. Our people know it well. It's where Svanir gave himself to Jormag.
Don't like that. I'm going through the mountains. Catch up when you can.
Oh, that's cool. He came up here. Now, when I played this co-op, I really couldn't see the wolf. And we were going very slow, and, you know, it was kind of hard to detect. But that's kind of awesome, actually. See, now, the question is, though, is this actually the Spirit of the Wild, or is this just the dragon? I mean, and if it is the Spirit of the Wild, we're going to learn a lot about them. So, yeah, this is where the last patch kind of ended, and both doors were shut. One takes you to the strike mission, which has new achievements, by the way. Oh, damn, I did a video today about all the new stuff with the patch, and I never applauded the strike mission achievements because they look good. I suppose I haven't played them, so it wouldn't be right. And, well, we're into the new area. So.
Bram? Hang on!
Retreat!
So we get Garm, who has kind of been around. I can't really fully remember. Maybe you guys in the comments or chat can talk about this. Garm,
You hurt?
Ayers Wolf? What's he doing out there?
I've got a good guess. Garm, where's Bram? Take me to him. Hurry.
he's been with Bram, right? Like a lot lately, I think. Anyway, one thing I was really excited about playing this is obviously Garm speaks to us in the personal story, and every time he comes back now, I'm like, oh, can we hear him again? Especially since it was to do with the Spirit of Wolf in that previous situation as well. I should really run Permeating Wrath. I'd get so much value out of this. It'd be insane.
Retaliation incoming.
For now, I guess I won't. So yeah, these enemies we're fighting here are going to be some of the only ones I think we fight in this whole story instance.
Retreat.
Go on, Bram, go. Retreat forwards.
Is that... No. More Svanir. Don't slow down. Keep going.
I can put them together with my axe here. And then maybe a little bit more with the F1. So when it's an AoE scenario, I'm pretty content to just hold the Zealot's fire on me.
Feel the pain.
If it's single target, I'll throw it out. But I'll hold it on me otherwise. I don't actually know whether that is efficient. Maybe there are situations where even single target, you should just hold the fire on yourself. In PvP, that can certainly happen a lot.
Rising.
Especially if you can't spend the space with that animation on something else. But yeah, alright.
Retreat.
This time, maybe you'll stay down!
Bram!
Commander! Little help?
So it's Bram. The pre-release stuff really made me think we weren't going to see Bram this episode, like, very much at all. Maybe right at the end or something. Honestly, I was really very much ready for him to, like, get in serious trouble or something. But, nope. You find him pretty quick. In fact, we're going to find all of them pretty quick. I just went down there. My gear's probably a little bit too glassy, to be honest, for general play. This is not like my open world recommended build. This is just literally a very odd CM build that I'm wearing here. I put the signet trait or something on. I'm very keen of the difficulty of the story at the moment, because I did just go out on the record and say that the game would probably be a lot better if a lot more of this was engaging, especially multiplayer. And it was actually kind of funny. I saw so many people in that video saying that they find it impossible to play.
Pouring out of the forest. Had Garm go call for help.
How'd you find him all the way out here?
He found me. Didn't think he was real at first. No idea how he even tracked me down.
Speaking of tracking down, where are we on Ritlock and Krisha?
Still missing. But I found something else. The source of the whispers. Jormag's champion.
Drakkar, mouthpiece of the Elder Dragon.
You've, probably got some unfinished business there, huh?
Drakkar turned my great-uncle Svanir into a monster that spawned a Jormag-worshipping death cult.
I didn't forget. There's a Coden village up ahead. Locals are pretty twitchy. They wouldn't let me in. Offered to deal with those Svanir. Maybe gain a little goodwill.
Smart. Maybe they can help us find our wayward Char.
And if Drakkar is there, then so am I. I'll meet you at that Coden village. Bram, stay put until I get there.
She won't say it. Not out loud. But I know what she's really thinking.
Right. So, we found the Coden. The Coden, I really like, and I wanted to get as much of from this episode. But I'm not sure how much we really do. Maybe I need to spend more time here in the open world. But there's a crashed sanctuary off, and I'm guessing they basically came from there. Let's spam that up and get these guys into the base.
Okay, round 2. We took care of those Svanir for you. Can we get a little gratitude?
And who is this?
I am the Pact Commander.
The Dragon Slayer? Here? No. No, this is a trick. You just want me to open the gate.
Like I said, pretty twitchy.
We're looking for our compatriots. 2 Char. They were scouting this valley.
How do you know about... You're with them, aren't you? Your voice is broken, but I still speak for myself.
Whoa, whoa, hey!
Mind your thoughts. Cloudseeker will see these 2.
Rogalicious, you do realize that a huge part of challenge in the game is about lack of consequence from death. It doesn't matter if a random elite hits you when you just waypoint and come back.
Like when he stole those Iron Legion cannons, aimed them right back at Black Citadel as a deterrent.
Yes, but I talked him down. That's why we need to find him. He listens to me.
Krisha. Ritlock. What happened?
They thought we were with Bangar. Weren't about to start killing Coden, so we came peacefully.
Mostly. Welcome, Dragon Slayer. I am Cloudseeker, Claw of Still Waters speaking. Come, let us talk privately. Be real nice to wrap up the day outside this cage, Commander.
So yeah, all the heroes are here, like nice and quick. I do love their little dynamic stuck in the cage. I kind of want to get stuck in there as well, but I'm sure there would be absolutely no point. So here, my first time through, we had a little bit of a bug. I hope that doesn't happen again. Also, his cape looks so cool.
Your Char friends, they can be trusted. Their voices are their own.
Yes. They've been tracking an army through these mountains.
Whoa. We know of this army. I fear their leader hears a voice that is not his own. Jormag tempts those who seek power. Whispers guide them to Drakkar. Then they are turned as Svanir was long ago.
Drakkar. Jormag's champion.
More than a champion. A mouthpiece. The Elder Dragon cannot whisper beyond its lair without it.
So, take out your car, stop the whispers. Maybe Bangar and Ryland come to their senses too.
Drakkar is protected, and not by any ordinary magic.
Impossible. Ox, Eagle, Wolverine. The lost spirits of the wild. I thought Jormag killed them. We all did.
Not killed. Taken. Now Drakkar feeds on them, an infinite well of power.
Wow, the spirits have infinite power.
My Claw, there is another Norn to see you. A leader of the Vigil.
A friend of ours. Her voice is, also her own.
A Norn leading the Vigil?
General Soulkeeper has fallen. I'm here to stop that from happening to anyone else.
What are you thinking?
If you can kill an Elder Dragon, then we can kill Drakkar. Every great quarry has a weakness. We just need to find it. I've brought some Vigil Scouts, but they won't be enough against the Dragon's champion.
My people are in no condition to fight. They falter. Our clan's voice is gone. Coda no longer speaks to us.
We don't have a choice here. If Jormag's luring Bangar into a trap, we need to act now.
Drakkar corrupted my ancestor. If it turns Bangar and a whole army of Char, that's...
Not gonna happen. Cloudseeker?
If you help my people, shake them free of Jormag's influence, I promise we will help you. Go then. Release your friends. Hunt well, and may your voice remain yours.
Alright, so we get the stakes really here. I love their little fire magic here. I also love the idea of these cut-off Coden people that don't even have a voice.
He's bigger than our cub. He's grown. You need to focus.
What I need is to get out of this damn cage.
Alright, well, here you go. I love this animation with Ritlock.
Freedom. Hey, Snowface, give me back my stuff.
We'll try to pick up Bangar's trail.
If it looks like he's diverting back to this lake, let me know. This could get a lot worse.
Worse? Let me tell you about worse. Worse is Bangar getting away. Worse is my son being corrupted by an Elder Dragon. We're going out there, and we're gonna find him. He wants something. Jormag knows it. Mind his voice, or it won't be his much longer.
The whispers. They're more forceful here. I hope you have a plan.
Working on it. Stay on the comms and keep in touch. Good luck.
Alright, so let's try not to miss any optional dialogue or anything like that. Some good stuff here for what is overall a fight, you know, an instance where we just fight a couple of random mobs. So Cloudseeker says, the whispers tell me I should not trust you, which is exactly why I dare to. You can say, where is everyone?
My people have grown distant to one another. Distant to Coda. Unbalanced. Some left seeking food, some to rebuild our defenses. Few have returned. Go. Find them. Guide them back to Coda.
Well, what happened to this village's voice?
Her name was Ushers in Spring. She was our connection to Coda, as all voices are. When Drakkar awoke and the whispers grew louder, she tried to respond. Tried to reason. She listened, and she was turned. It is customary for a claw to step down without a voice, but I fear if I do, my people will succumb. So I linger. A counterweight to keep what little balance remains. I miss her.
So yeah, someone in chat was just talking about the code and belief system with the spirits. It is interesting because obviously the code and belief system and Coda is it's like a slightly different variant of the idea of having spirits of the wild, but they have to acknowledge there's something of power because he just said that Drakkar is tapping into spirits of the wild. So is it just Cloudseeker here and these Coden that know something more is up? It is interesting to see what their real interpretation of that is. Because you can't say, oh, this bad guy has got infinite power from this thing, which, by the way, I don't believe in. But I'm scared, you know, which is kind of what it's doing. What exactly are the whispers?
They are the ever-present temptation of Jormag. The Elder Dragon speaks to any who might listen. It is one thing to hear the whispers. It's another to heed them. Remember, Jormag does not take. Jormag turns. Jormag's truth becomes your truth. If you desire power, Jormag will give it to you. And you give yourself to Jormag.
I really like that line in the context of once all of Icebrood's saga's over. There's some stuff later in the patch where they're like, oh, you're thinking too narrow-mindedly. You got to think bigger picture or whatever to Bram. And like a line like that, if you want power, Jormag will give it to you. I wonder if we're put into an awkward situation where we really do accept Jormag's power in the end. Or like we need it. I think that would be really cool if they can orient the story to go that way. Like they're flirting with the subject material so much. Is Drakkar the source of the whispers?
Jormak speaks, but Jakar is its mouthpiece. The whispers radiate from it, like heat from the sun. Kill Drakkar, and you stop the whispers. It is as simple as that.
Okay, so I must go. Thank you very much. I don't like how his icon doesn't disappear there. But yeah, so that's instance 1. And a lot of the opening stuff. We go into a phase now where we want to do dynamic events to progress. They can be any events, really. Cleanse code and burial sites, aid code and ice fishers and loggers, protect the scouts from the claw of Jormag's bombardments. There's also a few vigil around here. Now, I never came back in and spoke to these guys, so I want to do that. Hello, Jarvie. Don't worry, Commander. We'll find a way to stop Jakar for good. Are the vigil working well with the Coden? Cloudseeker has implored his people to help where they can, but they don't trust us yet. Not entirely, but we'll earn it. I know we will. Cloudseeker himself is a champion. The Whispers tell... that's the same, I guess, as before. That's interesting. So if you missed it, you can get the dialogue out here in the open world. That's actually a very basic thing that it's cool to see the devs doing now, actually. Is there anyone else we can speak to? Doesn't look like it. An outpost with 2 NPCs, essentially. That's kind of weird. I mean, not actually 2 NPCs, but that we can converse with. Right, so the green sections on my map are kind of another way of showing me what events are going on. So I'm going to go try to deal with those. I'll try not to tag too many too quick, because if I do that, then we'll get like overlapping dialogue and nastiness. So this is one of the logging events.
Cloudseeker send you. I don't hear Jormag in your breath. The waters here are long frozen, and my people can't join Coda when we're summoned. So, he built these shrines, but Jormag seeks them out. They become tainted by its voice, and our lost rise against us. Unless I purge the shrines of Jormag's presence, our dead cannot join with Coda.
Right, I won't let them near you.
Jormag! I am here to silence your lies.
Her voice acting is really peculiar,
Respite.
isn't it?
Recover. Return.
She's like really gummy, I guess, or it sounds like she's got a lot of saliva in it. Not in a bad way.
Now
That's interesting.
a combo.
It's only burning from the passive. Let's do this way. And bump these up a bit. So we get more pulse heals and we get more condition damage as we go forwards. So these are the Fallen coming out of one of these portals. Here, is this the new mechanic again? Because they have the icon on them. Oh, I need to not let them stand on that. Even though there is another player nearby. If he stands off and I do, it's not going to be good.
Might makes right. Swiftly.
The dragon wishes for its voice alone to be heard. Do not yield!
Anger rising.
I do like the whole story of Jormag, but I feel like it is very close to what we did with Morgemoth right now.
Retreat.
I just hope that it's all for the purpose of like having an
Retaliation
alliance with an
incoming.
Elder Dragon or something in the end. That'd be so cool. People are comparing the Drakkar as a mouthpiece to the mouthpiece of like a mouth of Zaitan. Well, yeah, the mouth of Jormag is as much as Drakkar is a mouth of Jormag. It's more about communication, right, and manipulation. That's really what's going on there. The mouth of Zaitan was just one of the ways in which it consumed magic.
Might
So
makes right.
I don't really think that they are truly comparable.
Anger rising.
What's interesting is later in the patch, we kind of see
There.
like another way in which
The
he
beast's
speaks.
presence is removed. For now. But it will return. It always does.
All right, she gets on the mountain, leaves. Thus, I will too.
What the?
Don't care what you heard. It wasn't me.
I'm right, though, aren't I? You don't care about the Legion, the Tar.
You just want to get him back.
You're damn right, I want a lot of things back.
Then you never should have left.
Ritlock?
Commander, hey, we, found Bangar's trail heading deeper into the mountains. We're behind, but not by much.
You two alright? Need backup?
No, we're fine.
It's interesting eavesdropping on that conversation as a Char. It's curious to me that Ritlock seems to give so little of a crap about the Char now. Like, if Krisha's right anyway in what she's supposed, and he basically acknowledges that she is, you know. The Char is just not on his mind much, but they're still on hers. It's interesting as well because the Grothmar episode kind of was in a place where it was like, are we meant to trust her or not still? And it kind of feels like the answer to that is just yes now. That's just kind of the answer. So...
Commander, it's Garm. He ran out of the village, just bolted out across the lake.
I think Garm can take care of himself.
Maybe. I'm going after him.
Bram, do not go out onto the lake. That's an order.
I'll let you know what I find.
Damn it!
Okay, so that's really reckless and stupid of Bram. But here's the question now. Does going onto the lake where Drakkar was, does that mean that Drakkar... Let me turn off player chat here. Does that mean that Bram is right? Everything Bram sees now is Drakkar? Or is there something else going on? That's kind of like the mystery, I guess. And it might still be a mystery by the end of the episode as well.
You will not deny us our reward.
Yeah, supposedly the world boss is not as difficult as Triple Trouble, which is a shame. I mean, I think of Tech too. Tech was brutal. People just like have short memories. Right, did that actually count as one of the events? I guess not. Or it might have, but not exactly. So see another one of the green circles down this way, which is out towards the lake, just by the way. There's an Isle of Jormag there. I need to gather all of those for the achievement, but we'll just focus on the story for now. I do love the ice. Look how cool that is. I honestly thought that when they were talking about the shader, they were just talking about the shadow. That is it. But no, it seems like there's a lot more going on. All right, here's another version of what we already did.
Jormag, I am here to silence your lies.
The question is there going to be new dialogue? Doesn't look like it, but hey. So yeah, this first like event section, I guess, is just all Coden related events. And then some of the other sections later will be about other stuff. My first time through, I have to say, I probably wasted a lot of time on this little section, based on how easy these are. As long as I'm out in the open world, people who are watching this live, you guys can come along if you'd like. You heard different stuff about Drakkar. Some said they managed to fail the event. Well, what does that mean? Managed to fail. That sounds like a pretty easy event if you have to try to fail, doesn't it? How is that different to what we just said? I guess I should take the portal out. This player helps me with the pew
We
pew.
must purge these Coden shrines of the dragon's voice, or their souls will be lost. Please, help me.
No, why? Why do the random longbow for? Actually, I guess that wasn't a random longbow for. I guess that was to get it out of the field. But the field was blue, so, but I mean, at least there's a little bit more of a reason than you might initially expect. Probably my favorite variety of Condi build is burn builds, just to see the stacks of burns go really high. It's definitely PvP that has ingrained that in me, because if you can get like 20 burns on someone in PvP, it's like a truly nuts, insane moment. And in PvE, you can stack it that high really quite comfortably. Right, well, this ritual will be done in a second. And yeah, this is kind of like the equivalent. Oh, it says close the portals to halt their advance. I don't think we actually have to, though. It's kind of the equivalent of like a heart, a renown heart.
It's gone, though never for long. Jormag's voice travels with the wind.
Cool. I guess actually I do need to do another one. I don't remember this. Maybe some events are worth more than other ones. Bouncing mushrooms on the new map, by the way. Some older mastery stuff. Some for the HOT players. The Ice Spire Peaks. Look at that. Crazy. I have to say the scale of some of the environments here are really, really nuts.
We must calm Wolverine's corrupted spirit. Please, take whatever offerings you can to his shrine within this forest.
So I'm not actually going to do that just now, because we can do that later. What I'm trying to do is rush to the north to help the Coden. If I do this now, we'll just end up doing the event twice in a row, which wouldn't be too good. So I just want to get here before it's too late. So this is one of the fishing events. We're going to get the tuna and get it to the table. Once you're at the table, you can take bait out of the bucket. Oh no. I think this one's a little bit different here actually. Yeah, I guess this one is different. Look how cool they look fishing. Hell yeah. One day they will add fishing, and when they add fishing, I will hit up my Coden tonic and I'll fish as a Coden, because they clearly have all the animations on them, right? It will totally work, guys. So yeah, just hand some tuna in. We didn't really get the dialogue about why this event's going on, I guess. Bait is in the Trial of Coda version. Yeah, I still haven't really learned about those. They seem pretty underwhelming so far. I have a patch review going up today that I'm not really that keen on the feature just yet, but it is kind of a first impressions thing. So.
Hurry, set it aside.
Is it fair to say it's a first impressions review? I don't know. I knew eventually I'd spend that last mantra. Whatever. This warg is really tanky though. He honestly ate a lot of damage. It's probably because this was scaled up. Alright, there you go. So they're going to head back inside in a few minutes. Get a bit more dialogue. And the next instance. We'll listen to what these guys say as well. If the dialogue overlaps though, I'm going to run away from the event so that you guys can hear the story dialogue more, which is the more important bit to me. I'll refresh our mantra now.
The creatures have fled to the depths, I think.
Good. We were tested, and we proved steadfast. Thanks, friend. Without you, our hunt would have failed. Stillwater speaking will feast this day.
Hey, Javi. Commander?
You find Garm?
Garm and something else. We might have a way to stop Drakkar.
We're listening. Bram? Who's that?
You should just come to me. Northwest corner of the lake. Old shrine. Can't miss it.
That's right near Drakkar.
Yeah.
We should bring backup. Just in case.
No, if Bram is...
Each
We can't risk more people. Just you and me, Javi. I'll meet you there. Be ready.
Alright, so this is the lake. I'm actually flying literally over the Guild Wars 1 lake right now. I think anyway. Oh no, I'm not. It's over there. This is just kind of the entrance to the lake. We're going to go under that ice down there. It's really, this map is weird. It's hard to reconcile where I'm standing here 250 years later, 260 years later, compared to Guild Wars 1. Sometimes you can feel it really closely, sometimes you can't. I know people hate the idea that you can only enjoy Guild Wars 2 if you played both games, so it's probably not a big deal. But yeah, it is an interesting one. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to go on under. And do you know what? Something just occurred to me. This is totally not about the current story, really, but there's Stillwater standing. There's all new Coden and Coden names. My Stellaris mod that put all the Guild Wars 2 races into that game. I had a Coden Empire where you could play as the Coden and you could take the Coden to space and go for interstellar dominion and stuff. And all their name lists and stuff were based on Guild Wars lore. Well, now there's new lore. I could update the name lists in theory. I could do that for loads of them. Stillwater Standing could now be like a planet you can colonize. But hey, I haven't looked at that for a long time, actually. A year. I think it was a year ago I was making that mod. Crazy. They got the Federation's update coming out, so I guess I'll just wait on that. So yeah, we come down here. This place is awesome. They don't really explain who built this beyond just probably Old Norn. right? This is the Sifala ruins, so Sif Sifala. It's pretty badass, right? And it's all just buried down. And again, they get really nice colors. I think it's really pretty.
That's twice you've disappeared on us. What's going on?
I'm sorry. I've been hearing... He just needs to explain.
Bram, listen to me. Whatever's been talking to you, it's not what you think.
By the wolf spirit.
I brought them, Great Wolf.
You do not know me, but I know you. Though you are not known, your deeds are worthy of their greatest legends.
I'm honored. Thank you.
Now, you are all wondering why I've called for you.
As a Norn, he actually honored me.
Using the lost spirits of the wild. Sorry. You probably wanted to say that.
But Cloudseeker was certain.
The Coden ignore our voices. You cannot speak to Ox, Eagle, or Wolverine, but Bram can.
Why me?
You cracked the fang of the serpent. Fate now decrees you will either slay Jormak or fall to Jormak. All spirits know this. Even when taken and corrupted, you must go to their shrines, demand their power.
Demand? Will they even listen to me?
No. You'll have to make them.
You are a Norn of prophecy, but you are not yet true Norn. Any can wear the wolf, but only true Norn can become the wolf.
You're saying if I do this, I'll be able to become the wolf?
Take the lost spirit's power. Use it against Drakkar. Only then will you find a place for my spirit within your own.
Wait! Damn it.
Wolf trusts you. He believes you can do this. And so do I.
Yeah. Okay. Commander, I'll meet you at those shrines. And I'll be ready.
I know you will. Javi, can you and the Coden put the pressure on Drakkar? Keep its eyes off us?
It would be my pleasure.
So, this patch does a thing with the Spirits of the Wild where it makes them like such a tangible, like real, like force. I think it's really, really interesting, honestly. And I wonder, as like someone who doesn't really identify as a Norn player or anything like that, as the more Asura part of me, like if we think of them as just cogs in the Eternal Alchemy, what are they? Where are they from? Do you remember back in Season 2 when there was all that stuff about the Pale Tree being at the heart of Scarlet's vision, you know, of the everything, and it was like, wow, does this mean that the Sylvari are really, really big and really, really important? I'm not going to join a squad, there's no need. Is that what that is? Well, now I feel kind of the same about the Spirits of the Wild. Like, what are they? Like, they're not... How is it the Norn ended up coming to revere them so much, and they seem powerful, and they seem to guide the Norn, and they've got, like, this symbiotic thing almost feeling with them, but no one else has ever really cared? Why did the human scholars never look into them much? Why haven't they influenced much? How long back do they go? Like, where are they? What are they from? It is interesting, right? So anyway... The devs, I feel like we've kind of missed a trick, right? When we were first introduced to Bram, I guess, in the short stories, I guess, back in Season 1, I guess, we heard about him not being able to become the wolf. And we've obviously never seen him transform through all these stories, but I'm really hard-pressed to remember him ever in-game really talking about it much. And I tried to pay attention to the game. So... now it's become a big plot thing again. I feel like the devs missed a trick to sort of re-establish that he can't transform and like re-establish the question of why or whatever. Because it feels very weird to suddenly be doing that. Do you know the best way I think they could have done it? You know when he went with his guild off screen to attack the dragon? If he had recalled that situation to us at some point recently and explained, hey, when I did that, some people died and I could have helped them, but I couldn't transform or whatever. I couldn't summon my totem. If he said something like that, it would like
we must calm Wolverine's corrupted
remind us of
spirit.
the importance.
Please take whatever offerings you can to his shrine within this forest.
But they really didn't. So I don't know. So here, by the way, this event's about to be done. I would really like to finish it. Supposedly there's a bit of extra dialogue we can get from speaking to Bram right now. But I don't know. Oh, this is the wrong direction. Hold on. Let me go judge's intervention. Let me target this through the wall. Oh, it says no valid path. I was able to do that before. I got my thing toxified. Without handing one in, I don't think I'm gonna get credit. This is a very cool event, but it takes ages to beat. So I really hope I can make it. I got 11 seconds. Let's see if we can do it. There's one. No, he sent me in. Maybe it counts anyway. I mean, I've been trying. Maybe I get bronze and it will ding. Got silver, apparently. So we go to the middle now for some extra dialogue.
You are the one who would stand against the Ice Dragon's champion.
I am Bram Erson, and I will do more than stand against it. I'm a slave.
Yet you struggle to stand before even me. I can see your spirit, your valor, what little you possess.
You're calling me a coward?
You will never slay Drakkar, because you fight only for yourself. There is no courage in you. Only selfishness.
I fight with the commander now. Ridlock, Krisha, Javi, all the others.
You fight for them, but not with them. You wish to fulfill prophecy to impress, to prove out of fear.
Know what? You're right. I do want to prove myself. I want to earn my legend. You say it's weakness to doubt, but that doubt makes me want to be stronger. Because I know I can be better.
Very well, Bram Erson. May my valor guide you to the victory I once sought. Slay Drakkar. Challenge Jormak. Those of us that remain will watch and wait.
So I'm not really sure I get this bit. Like, this is Bram's spirit communing with the spirits. Like, this is just like a projection of Bram. It's like a symbolic in some way of the communication going on between them. Bram is actually physically standing away from here at the moment. We can get some optional dialogue now, which, yes, I've already mentioned, but people are still telling me in chat, even though I've mentioned it 3 times now. You can, over yesterday's stream as well, you can get early information if you come here first. But yeah, I'm not really sure I get the idea that, like, wait, so are the spirits sentient and able to just bugger off or not? Like, why is there, like, a dialogue happening, or even possible? If they are enslaved by the powers of an elder dragon, how do they still have this autonomy to give up this strength? And why are they so guarded over it as well, that we have to convince them? Anyway.
Oof. Wasn't expecting that. 1 down, 2 to go, right?
Oh yeah, we can chain our mastery. Nice. So we'll get Raven's flight. Use the Raven lens to interact with the gates. Wolverine's fallen so far. He's different than the stories made him out to be, but he's still right. So I can't remember what the idea of Wolverine was. Right? About what?
I wanted to prove myself. Wanted to prove I was better than you. Would have done anything.
Wolverine stirs.
Here we get the weird thing where they're overlapping.
You were patient, I'll say that. I needed time, and you gave it to me.
Yeah, they do like double dialogue. Bit unnecessary, but whatever. Okay, so that's 1 of the 3 done. Gonna move on over now to Eagle. Probably the fastest way to do this. I'm not on the Griffin much, you know. I think my first day playing this patch, I was not using the Griffin. Is this. Apparently we need to fly quite high though, so I lose a lot of my speed. But kind of like roller beetle of the air. That's
Commander, it's Krisha. We're still on Vanguard's trail. He's got some distance on us.
You said you were close before. What's going on?
My thought exactly. I don't like this, Kree. We pick up the pace, they pick up the pace.
Might have caught our scent on the wind.
No, it's blowing the wrong way. Something else is going on.
Keep me posted.
You must prove your strength to Ox by becoming the Ox. I can transform you for a short time. Use it to move those offerings.
Right, so here we get the Ox one. By the way, that thing of them chasing Kree and Bangar, that's really weird to me. Because if I think about it, what is going on there? How do they know that they're being followed? And how are they adapting? And also, where were they going? To Jormag himself, right? So maybe they're beyond the boundaries of the map itself right now. Interesting thought. But yeah, this is a cool event. Sadly, I guess we don't get to see it much because we're almost done with it. But good timing, I suppose.
What is this puny thing that dares approach?
I am Bram, Norn of Prophecy. It was me who cracked the fang of the serpent.
You did not crack the fang. Your mother's bow fired the arrow, aided by Jotun magic.
It was my hand that shot the arrow.
A hand constantly held by Air Stagalkin and your precious commander. What strength you have was given to you by others. Inside, you have nothing.
The only way we slay Drakkar is together. We share our strength, or we die. What happened to you? You hoard your power, but still serve another. Would you doom the Norn to the same fate?
Very well, Bram Erson. May my strength guide you to the victory I once sought. Slay Drakkar, challenge Jormag. Those of us that remain will watch and wait.
So, she sounds like one cantankerous, grumpy old lady there. But I like Ox. I think Spirit of Ox is probably my favorite, just like as an idea of one of the Spirits of the Wild. Super cool. I really do like it. So now we can go speak to Bram again. Obviously, the event resets so fast, there might be a bit of overlap unless I get on this quick. As for the Char army, yeah, maybe the idea is they're running from something else.
That's 2 spirits. Just one more and we'll be ready to take it to Drakkar.
He says, that was tough, Commander. I was actually pretty worried. And we say, worried about what?
Honestly, that I didn't have what it took. The strength to lead. Not after seeing you do it.
You're ready to lead, Bram.
Thanks, Commander. I don't think I was before, but maybe I am now.
Right, and so we move on. Again, as I mentioned before, I'm not sure how invested I am in Bram's personal struggles. I'm not sure I've ever been invested in a Guild Wars character's personal struggles. Ever. I mean, I've certainly had interest in their movements.
The commander will do what the commander thinks needs to be done. You're too trusting.
And you've spent too much time listening to Bangar. Commander's not like that, Kree.
A good strategist knows that sometimes you need to accept collateral damage to get what you want. I know the commander is your friend, but you better hope Ryland doesn't get in the way.
Better hurry. This is only gonna get worse.
I wish we would just chip in there and be like, yo, I'm listening. I'm not gonna... Well, I don't know. Maybe the fact that the commander doesn't come up there really does betray that Krisha's right. Maybe we get a bit of character development for ourselves there. Our silence... You know, maybe we're just being kind of weak at the moment and not thinking about that. But the truth is that a character that's done all the stuff that the commander has... Look at that. The mechanic came in and then I accidentally fixed it by walking in that shrine. A character like the commander would, realistically, have to make decisions like that all the time and should have thought of those.
You're saying you can actually commune with Eagle?
Gonna give it my best shot. I'm guessing there's a ritual you've been performing to cleanse the shrine?
Slay the ice brood infesting the shrine. Take their life essence and offer it to Eagle. I grew up seeing the old rites painted in caves outside Holbrook. Never thought I'd be doing them myself. Jormag's hold is powerful. The shrine only stays cleansed for a few minutes at most.
That's enough. Commander, I'll pray to Eagle and try to get her attention while you cleanse the shrine.
We cleanse the shrine then, but he communes. Yeah, it's nice dialogue. I like that about the old rites and the caves. Really, the story before this is it's the have runes that are really doing the communion more than anything else. I guess we're just sweeping that idea away. Maybe these were shrines for the Havrunes or something at some point. But anyway, yeah, so in a couple of minutes, this shrine will start. This one was probably the easiest of them all, so I'm happy to do the full event. I mean, it's not a big deal to me. So, yeah, we'll just head on through. Basically, winds are going to swing around in all concentric circles here. And we've got to kill stuff while we're at it. And I think that's it, really. But I think that whole conversation between Kreischer and Ritlock as well, with Ryland, is obviously going to be playing on their mind and might come back later. Obviously, Jormag finds its little wiggle room to manipulate people and piss them off and set them against one another. And then you see what happens. Hey Rocker says, how's the story so far? I'm interested in whether they're pulling off his character development. He seemed like a doofus so far.
That? The chill on the wind. Go now and cleanse Eagle's shrine.
Eagle spirit, I am Bram, son of air. Lend me your power so I may slay Drakkar.
I mean, I don't think I'm intelligent enough really to identify what's missing. I think as far as like a... Oh my god, that symbol. I think as far as like a Norn story is concerned, what they've done with Bram here... Why have I got JI, not the mantra, by the way? When did I do that? Oh, in the thing. It's a pretty good, like, Norn story. It's a story I'm happy to see that they're doing. I don't think they make any, like, errors. As is so often, there's not, like, any retcons or anything. Guild Wars is really good for stuff like that. It's just, Oh, check it out. The blizzards can trigger here. Even here on this side of the map. That's really awesome. It's just, you know, how susceptible are you to really caring about these characters and what's going on with them? I've always been more interested in the universe and the geography and the broad cultures and stuff like that. Much more than I've ever been interested in, like, the specific characters. So I like that Bram is giving me a look at the spirits of the wild. So I get something out of this. But do I really care?
But yet sees us as the enemy. Go, continue with the right.
Do I really care about his ability to be a leader or whatever? No, not necessarily. The music's really amazing right now. I'm just trying to break combat, and I can't do... Look at all these mobs everywhere. I'm just trying to get Flame Rush back on. Ah, dude, this is crazy. I've been trying to break combat, and I'm against more stuff than I ever could have imagined. But they're not leaving either. Go away. What happened to leashing? They're not all part of the event. They're just random things. Look at all this. I killed one thing as a part of the event there. One.
The offerings are working. The whispers are being driven from the shrine.
Dude, their aggro radius is huge. I threw that. There you go. Alright, we can get the kills here now. Right, and now a bit of chill that we have to wait to leave. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, fine. Flame Rush. Thank you. So thankfully someone else has actually been putting work in. So I'm not actually sure whether there's anything more to this event than just get blown around. I'm not sure whether I should be able to anticipate the things. I also don't know if this is training for one of the new strike missions or the new achievements that are in that. I think it would be interesting to fight a boss in an area like this. I'll tell you that much. In fact, all three of the shrine areas would be interesting to fight bosses in. Maybe the Ox Lake isn't that interesting. But I mean, it's something.
The shrine is nearly cleansed. Just a little longer.
So all I'm doing right now really is killing the mobs. I could be getting the offerings, obviously. I'll go move one in. Actually do some progress for people. And there we go. We got it done, actually. We'll stay in the middle because Bram obviously is going to be here. This event, even though we've got it done, is going to be a little bit longer. Oh, no, they're all offerings, aren't they, really? Well, maybe the Ox one wasn't. So you just got this little extra window in case anyone else wants to hand something in. Oh, apparently the Ox one is training for a mechanic in the Whisper of Jormag. That's really cool. Yeah, I'd love to see them put these tracks on their SoundCloud, because I do think it's one of the highlights of the patch.
Bram, son of air! You are unworthy in every respect.
I cracked the fang of the serpent. You will give me an audience.
Very well, heir son. Speak to me of plans and strategy. You killed Drakkar. What next?
We stopped Bangar and his army. Stop Jormag from turning them into ice brood.
Foolish thing. I asked for strategy. How will killing Drakkar accomplish that?
If Jormag speaks through Drakkar, then we have to shut it up. Free the Char from the dragon's grip.
No vision. No foresight. You trust your commander to mind the details. You stumble, hoping your betters will catch you.
The eagle I know understands that every plan's a risk. And failure's not always failure. If you take your mistakes and learn from them, you have the foresight to lead. That's the only vision that matters. And deep down, in a part of you that isn't corrupted, you know that too.
Perhaps so. Very well, heir son. May my vision guide you to the victory I once sought. Slay Drakkar. Challenge Jormag. Those of us that remain will watch and wait.
I really don't think Bram was that convincing in that one, but hey. I like the argument that the Eagle Spirit is offering. Also, you notice how each one is tinted a different color, and those are the colors of the Aberrant, the Fallen, and the whatever the other one is. Is the idea that they're somewhat related then to each thing?
Javi, I did it. All three lost spirits.
Air would be proud. You ready for Drakkar?
What do I need to do?
Head to Stillwater Speaking. Cloudseeker has some ideas.
All right, meet you there, Commander.
So cool. And what's quite nice here as well is we still get the bonus stuff even though we're between
Grisha,
story steps.
where are we on Bangar?
Close. Tracks are fresher here. The snow hasn't filled them in yet.
Just focus on Drakkar. If you don't stop those whispers, Ryland...
Enough, Brimstone! Bangar should be our focus. The future of the Tar should be our focus.
Signal's pretty bad in these mountains. Might lose you for a bit, Commander. Talk later.
I like how insecure he seems about us eavesdropping on like what I'm now viewing just full on as his ex-wife, right? Obviously it's not actually, but that's like the dynamic that they have. All right, so hello. Like he was just ignoring her, just straight up there. We should be focusing on the chart, and then he just ignores her and talks to us. I guess I'm a little bit invested in stuff like that when it's kind of fun.
Feel
And
that? The chill on the wind. Go now and cleanse Eagle's shrine.
It was hard seeing Eagle like that, but even after everything, she still gave me her power. I wonder what that really means as well. He's getting their power, like we don't see in animation. How does he feel at the moment? I think there should be dialogue for that, you know. You were able to speak with her?
Just for a little bit. She gave me her power and some choice words. Tested me, like Wolf said.
It also sounds like this dialogue we're in right now and the equivalent at the other shrines was like implemented separate to the fact that we have just basically witnessed them speaking. Like, why am I asking you were able to speak to her when I saw them speaking? I wonder if the devs had an earlier version of the patch where we would just imagine that they were communicating in some way. And they were like, no, this is too passive. There's not enough going on here. We need to add something else. And then that got layered on or something. Sounds like you passed the test.
She tried to make me doubt myself. But I know who I am. Who I was. Who I've become. And I'm okay with that.
See, these Bram moments, imagine all that stuff about him and his thoughts and his silent conversations with the spirits if we didn't actually get to see them. It'd be really draining and boring, to be honest. There wouldn't be much going on, so I would understand. Yeah, exactly. We're in one of those weird situations, like chat just said, where it's like the character didn't see it, but the player did.
I don't understand. You asked them for their power?
It was a little more complicated than that.
Then you may actually have a chance against Drakkar.
Let's not waste it. What do you think, Javi? Bram and I could join you on your next attack.
Drakkar draws strength from its master. These mountains are filled with Jormag's profane idols.
So even if I hit it with the spirit's power, Drakkar will just heal again when it gets near one.
Yes, and it moves through solid ice like water. You must cut it off from the idols and lure it into the open.
I'm no expert on magic or anything, but couldn't we just smash the Jormag idols?
Smash them. Yes. Yes. While Javi leads another attack. Pushes Drakkar away from the lake. There is a cavern to the south I can recommend. Less ice, more rock. You could trap it there.
Understood. We'll go after the idols and keep the pressure on Drakkar. When it's weak enough, we corner it under the mountains and finish the job.
Then may Coda and the spirits of the wild guide us to victory. Let us begin.
Nice moment for that music to kick in there. Yeah, so the Conan goes a bit script there. Smash, yes, yes, smash. So like you got all these layers to what's going on, and obviously the answer always, as with all RPGs, all right, it's not just a Guild Wars thing. The answer is to smash. So will you communicate more? No, it's the same stuff. Javi, once we've cornered Drakkar, it won't stand a chance. Can you remind me what the plan is? Of course, we need to smash the Jormag idols around the lake, then hit Drakkar so hard that it has no choice but to flee south. We corner it and Bram blast it with the spirit's power. So I think it's around now that canonically you'd want to do the meta. You know, it's been a long time since HOT, but we're still kind of in that situation where it's like, when is the best time to do the meta? But I think the idea is we break these idols, then you kind of do the meta, and then you go do the story, I guess. I won't be doing the meta on this little playthrough here. But I will be in some of the future stuff, so should be fun at that point. So yeah, we just destroy the idols, such as this one here. The event doesn't say destroy the idol. The event says defeat the servants of Jormag.
Anyone who closes his mind to Jormag must be made to listen. His voice is all that matters.
But you know, we are at the right one.
Try to silence the voice of Jormag.
So we got a power DH next to us and a Condi FB. The two halves of the endgame Guardian experience, side by side. So there you go, we get rid of one, we hear the claw of Jormag screech sound.
Our friend has felled another.
And by the way, there is a claw of Jormag in the sky. If you do one of the cool map achievements where you're doing the spirits.
Traveler, Jormag's servants lurk all throughout the forest. We could use some help felling these trees.
You will see it if you do that. I'm going to be in combat, aren't I? Oh my god, I managed to sneak through. Could you hear the sound effect? Yes, I'm playing Condi FB for this. Not really a good variant. This is just, I took this character from the Demo CM progression and didn't change its build at all, really. It's sort of like a couple of traces gone along. It's not like a planned thing. But I do think Condi FB is really good in the open world, which is why I'm happy not to change it. So, we'll solo this one. But you'll see my other weapon set, the Scepter Shield. It's really got nothing to do with the Condi FB concepts. It's just there because Scepter was for immobilizing spirits at Saul, and Shield was for more Aegis, for Mind Crush, and Break Bars for, you know, Saul the Thief or whatever. That's certainly, that's why that's there. I would change it otherwise. Probably put Sword on or something. I'd actually change a lot about this. It's good enough, living world. Well, I think solo gameplay in the open world, I'd rather have focus than shield offhand.
Work cannot be interrupted. What Jormag gives to it, we will soon have ourselves.
Get one more summoned enemy. It says summoned enemies remaining, and this guy was totally not spawned yet. So good stuff there.
Jormag won't be silenced.
Dude, I do love playing Radiance in open world. How much you can just spam F1 shit.
Commander, Vanguard, Ryland,
Ritlock, Krisha, can you hear me? I'm losing you.
Right, so last one. I guess we'll go south. Now, this could be done in the earlier areas of the map as well, which I think is pretty cool, as you can see from one of those green rings. Get a bit of a problem with those two. that actually become really instrumental in the patch, which is quite important, I think, because we hear so much from them this release, and if they didn't end up doing anything like big by the end, I don't know, it would have felt a bit off. I'm hoping that I can just come through here and I'll get to the right area. Yeah, defeat the servants of Jormag. Once again, have it. I don't really like this thing where it's like a big green ring to give me the orange one on the inside. It's like, why are they not like matched up properly? Is it because a thing can spawn anywhere in this general vicinity? I don't think so. It's really weird. For some reason, I just got set off on a right tangent in my head there, thinking about one of my old jobs. I think it's just all the ice and cold, and I just want to be somewhere warm. And one of the jobs I worked was a really nice hot green area.
His voice is all that matters.
All right. Take this guy out. I'll double tap that and then just... Oh, no, never mind. That's not going to work. This is actually the last one, so I might do the last flame. It doesn't matter what I'm talking about.
Jormag won't be silenced.
Oh, no, it's not the last one. It's this guy's the last one. So the UI totally just bugged there. It says I have 2 charges. Oh, no, I guess it didn't.
Commander, come in.
Krisha, what's going on? Did Ritlock call earlier?
Sure as hell tried. Vanguard and Ryland split off from the army. They're going straight for Drakkar. They get too close, they're gonna get turned.
We don't know that.
We have to stop them or they're gonna die. I'm done pretending Vanguard's got a plan. If we don't act now, we're gonna lose them. I am done losing things, Kree.
Commander, at least tell me you've got a strategy to kill this thing.
We're cornering Drakkar in a cave south of the lake. Let's try to finish it off before Bangar shows up.
We'll meet you inside.
All right, so this is it. The last instance now. A race against Bangar and Ryland as we try to corner and destroy Drakkar. This is where I think it's like, okay, do the meta about now, probably. If you want to sit around on the map. I say sit around as though there'd be nothing to do, but there'd actually be plenty to do. So it's not like the most terrible idea. But yeah, we're going to move down now, and I guess this is the actual Drakkar Lake over here. I don't actually know the full extent of where the map takes us and what we can do. Is it down there? It might not be. Let me unfog this next area just to check. Yeah, it's over here. As far as the meta is concerned, I'm sure the meta takes you to a new area of the map that I might not have seen. I'm not sure. So here. Would you like to continue the story? Would indeed. And you can see there's a strike mission there. I think when you beat it, there'll be like a strike mission version of the Drakkar fight, I guess. Maybe? Which would be pretty cool.
Javi, we're in the cave. We need you and Cloudseeker to keep the entrance clear.
Sure you don't want to join us? Could use the help.
Cloudseeker and the Code need me here. I have my mission, and you have yours. Break Drakkar.
We'll need to be quick. Bangar and Ryland could be here any second.
Then what are we waiting for?
Hear that? It's in there.
What does the commander really want?
What does the commander want?
Krisha, don't listen to it.
I'm sorry. Give me a second.
Ooh, what do we want? As a Char, I'm interested on what they'll...
The closer we get.
I know. Let's go.
Drakkar!
Get after it!
Watch it! They're everywhere!
So there, very subtly in the ice on the right. Rewind if you guys want to see it. You can see on this right wall, there was the shape of what looked like a giant wormy kind of fish swimming along.
You're here to kill Drakkar. But why do you bring weapons? When you know words will suffice.
I don't know what...
words make people kill each other.
Maybe you should listen.
I don't
know. Maybe we should.
Gridlock?
Why is everyone moving so slow? Come on!
See, I don't know. This is so interesting here. The dragon says you don't need weapons to take out Drakar. Words are enough. I mean, if Jormag is sincere, remember, Jormag came to us and said, look, I will work with you. I like your idea. Last patch. You got to remember that. Like, maybe you should listen. Words would suffice. Just talk to me. I think that's what Jormag's saying. Just talk to me. Just be on my side, and then I won't do horrible things to you with Drakar or whatever. Maybe. You got to just remember the conclusion of the last patch as you go through here. I think it makes it all a lot more compelling. That's what I can get out of my mind anyway. Dude, the chill. Oh my god. Again, like permeating wrath in all these little moments. So nice.
There it is again! It's on the move!
Okay, so we see Drakar there. Dude, I'm getting eaten alive. I had a cool little moment there where I was actually getting... I ate so many wolf attacks because I didn't just press the dodge roll button that I got a little bit low and I was like, oh, I want my NPCs. Look at that. True challenge, guys. This is a really cool animation.
And I could open the way if you truly want to talk.
A parley?
We've got nothing to say to you.
Stop talking to it!
We're not. Krisha, can you get us through?
By the way, did anyone play this patch with the new UI settings? It was something I kind of wanted to do, but then forgot about.
Ice is too thick. Nothing I can do.
Think, Kree. Strategy.
Right. Right. Gridlock, draw Sahathan. Hold it up and stand still. If I can focus my magic into the blade...
I take it back. I hate this strategy.
Whoa.
Guess I don't hate it.
Thanks.
Teamwork. Fire Ellie with Sahathan. Love it. Right, so this is a portal. So yeah, this little moment's a bit confusing. I just charged through there the first time. I wonder how many people did. But this is like one of the Jormag portals, right? So you're supposed to see this portal, be scared, and then wait, I guess. And then deal with this little sequence here. Oh my god, I keep weapon swapping to Scepter, and it's just so pointless on this setup. At least I can cover the gap with a F1. Damn. No stun break.
I have dibs on the ugly one.
Somehow I don't think so, Ritlock. I wonder if he was supposed to spawn during the fight earlier. Maybe. I'm going to blow all my stuff on him, because I think I'll get to recharge the mantra anyway. Oh, we almost got the 30 burns. Here, shield is actually good for the break bar. He's too low. He's going to be dead without me being able to get through it. Oh well. All right, so here we go. You see it
Bram,
swimming again?
You ready for this?
Don't know. Wolf Spirit made it sound that way.
I like how as he moves, it shakes and then the ceiling falls on us. Also, I thought these telegraphs looked blue the first time I was playing, which was really cool, you know. Thanks very much for that, SCX. You're the first person today?
Everyone, quiet. Where's Drakar?
The only person? There he is.
Damn it! It's in the walls!
I can't focus when it's going that fast. We gotta get it out of the ice.
Then we'll melt it. Krisha! Krisha?
If they kill Drakkar, who's next?
If we kill Drakkar, then what? Who's next? You'd kill Bangar. Then Ryland. Destroy the legions to stop Jormag.
Ryland.
Stop listening, both of you. Ritlock, you know none of that's true.
All this time you were planning to kill him. I trusted you!
Commander, get out of the way!
They're invulnerable, so I'm not meant to attack. I really like Bram here. I think Bram is super cool.
Snap out of it!
They aren't listening. We need to lure Drakkar out of there.
Commander, Drakkar's over here. We need to melt the ice.
Like, the only one making any sense. It's really good.
I trusted you. I gave him everything to put beside you.
This bit was quite scary multiplayer because there was a beam on everyone in the team. And there was so much damage potential
Just need to get rid of the rest.
that, you know, it took me a moment to figure out what was going on. And you can die to this beam quite quickly, which is cool. I like how we basically use Krisha as a puppet here. It's a nice idea, breaking the walls.
Stand down. I don't want to hurt you. I will if I have to.
Then you're gonna have to.
Keep them off me. Need to concentrate here.
Right, so hold on. So the situation here is Bram is trying to take out... What's his active effect? I swear I saw one on him a moment ago. While we fight Ritlock and Krisha. I don't like how weak these two are, though. Like, I feel like Ritlock should be a real badass. Especially with Sahothin in his hands. But combat balance means that he just can't be, really. I don't know. Maybe he'll get me down. Like, you see how little the unrelenting assaults are doing? Come on, dude. You got this. So we take these two out.
Be down for long. Bram, now!
It's because...
Your legend ends here!
The 3 spirits. With the 3 colors.
Ritlock and Krisha. Are they?
Out of it. I'll be up in a few minutes. You alright?
Yeah, it's just...
What? Bram?
Working with the lost spirits of the wild? You mortals truly are brilliant creatures.
I love that line. What does the dragon know of the spirits?
No. Jormag?
This is but a piece of me. An ambassador. The whisper that spreads my words.
Then that's what we need to kill. Ritlock? Krisha?
Our voices are not our own.
We don't need to fight. You've already proven your strength.
Yeah, and it's like a naga, like a snake. What does that mean to the actual bosses, the actual dragon's, like, design? I think it's really exciting to wonder that. So here's the final boss. Not Drakkar itself, but the Whispered Jormag. I find it interesting we have another design for an ambassador kind of creature. After they did, like, the cutscene last episode, but I guess they couldn't do a cutscene with that kind of mocap every time. So they've done this. But it is interesting.
You earned all 3 of the spirit's blessings. Why then do you still fight me as a Nord?
She said...
What are you talking about?
Don't listen to it, Bram. Shut it out.
I'm trying to go slow here, by the way, so that we don't overlap any dialogue or whatever. So, yeah, she's goading him. Why aren't you the wolf? I thought you were going to be the wolf. Wolf told you could be. Also, she says all 3, really suggesting that there is definitely no chance of Owl or any of the other major spirits. Or she's just saying all 3 because she's kind of in his head.
Wasn't it? Said you could take their power, maybe even become wolf yourself. Yet here you are, just a Nord.
Look at how Bram defends us.
Just a Norn.
Commander, you gotta kill it, quick!
That's really cool how Bram actually absorbs those attacks. That's a nice little moment of the patch.
Your whole life you've tried to become a wolf, but never could. Bram, please, let me give you my power. Let me help you.
Yeah.
We get it again.
Help me.
Bram, concentrate! Bram! Damn it!
That's cool. That lined up with the gameplay. He couldn't help me because he's actually going nuts this time, so I had to actually do the mechanic.
Commander, it's finally time for us to talk.
Yeah, hi. I've been here. Look at this.
I
Face.
understand why you want to silence me, but you must listen. For Kyrie's sake.
I'm going to leave the dialogue on in case you guys can't hear. You must listen for Tyrion's sake. So this is a doppelganger fight, which didn't we guess at from one of the teasers or something? I actually missed this completely when we were playing co-op. I think we just blew it up. Like, literally, I have no memory of this. Did I do this yesterday? It's got a hammer and it's doing like 0 damage.
Thousands of years, I've watched this broken system consume entire civilizations.
Here we hear about like a lot of Elder Dragon cycles. You know, they maybe hint at the previous one or talk about one before, but here that she's like, there's been countless ones, which is really cool. Trying to go slow in case there's dialogue in the last 10%.
This way. You, Orm, and I, we can save this world. Preserve it.
Risha, Redlock, on your feet, soldiers!
Uh-oh, that's banger.
Commander, time to kill ourselves a dragon champion.
No! Fall back!
We have our orders. Don't give it a chance to recover. Everyone, claws out! Rip that damn thing apart!
Don't worry. We will all talk to each other again soon. That, I promise.
Right, so I actually do participate in this here. So, yeah, we're going to take out the Whisper. I love this, like, sense that there's going to be another scene later. Hey, my 5 will be good there. With all these characters. Like, everyone's just been manipulated here. So what was Jormak doing? Just trying to buy time?
What? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Where's the rest of your army? Drakkar was a threat to my soldiers, corrupting the weak. As you now know. We did what no Norn could. We drove Jormak back. And now the dragon's running scared.
Hey, we've been fighting Drakkar all over this lake. You can't just swing in with my bow.
Vanguard, you've seen how dangerous Jormak is. You've just said it yourself. You can't risk others being turned.
Drakkar's death at my hands sends them all a message. I am Jormak's champion now. I, alone, can control the dragon.
Jormak can't be controlled. That's not how this works.
Ryland, don't tell me you believe this.
My Imperator gave us an order. Will you follow it?
I can't let you take credit. This needs to stop now.
I couldn't agree more.
Dude, he just nails us.
What have you done?
With a legendary bow.
Get up. Come on. You should understand, Commander, better than anyone.
Commander, listen to me. Focus.
It ain't working, Tree. It was always gonna end this way. One Char, one dragon, one champion. Ryland!
Ridlock, the commander! Help me! Lift! We need to get out of here!
Dude, so Bram looks so angry there. It's kind of cool. And he like sicks Ryland. Does Ryland get really messed up here? I can't remember. This is like crazy, actually.
My champion.
Maureen? What? Where am I?
My sanctuary, high in the Shiver Peaks. I guided your friends here so you could recover in peace. They're all waiting to see you. I'm sure you have questions, of course. I'll do my best to answer.
All right, okay, so quick recap on what we just saw. So, yeah, I don't know. Did Bram actually... Bram became the wolf, so he just needed a bit of a push, which is pretty good. But he also might have, like, straight up murdered Ritlock's son. Maybe? He might get away. I don't know. But, yeah, the reason we get shot and hurt, I know some people will find that hard to swallow because it's like, come on, it's been all this time. But you got to have a bit of tension, a bit of fear there. Bangar's a badass. And he's got a badass bow, and he takes us by surprise, and he shoots us, all right? I was trying to, like, prowl left and right and get closer, but obviously the camera work is very precise there. I like the camera work. You can actually see that they have me locked onto looking at Bangar, and when Bangar moves, my camera moves with him. I think the devs might be able to see something cool about that later. But, yeah, so we get knocked out, separated, and Aureen swoops in and saves us. Yesterday, I saw some people really stupidly saying, oh, that's a Deus Ex Machina. Look, it's not like... our injury at the end of that instance is some massive thing they've been building up to that we couldn't possibly fathom. How can we ever get away from it? And now they've just randomly thrown Aureen in. Come on, it's just a little story beat manufactured to get us away there. Like, that's honestly some of the most low-rate criticism I've ever read. It's so stupid. Obviously, Aureen is like a really powerful thing and is on our side. And it's cool for her to flex her power every now and then. Also, since she became an Elder Dragon, we haven't really had an opportunity to have a dialogue. And so that's how this patch will end. And yeah, I think the devs picked a really beautiful place as well. They picked the Eye of the North, which we know is in this area of the world. And back in Guild Wars 1, we knew about this room, the scrying pool. It was a special room that the waters connected in some way. These different events and things that were happening that we got visions of. And we never got any deeper lore about it. Maybe some suggestions that Guild Wars 2 would give us some lore. And well, we get that here. So this is really cool. A very, very special place to end. And I think it's really smart as well from the devs to end the patch here too. Just because you've got a lot of players that don't even know what this room is. So it feels like a totally new, like, special room to them. And I mean, there's a ton of stuff in it now that wasn't. So yeah, it works quite well. So we can speak with Aureen. And whether Jormag anticipated Aureen saving us and all that stuff, I don't know. Maybe. Could have been... Oh, we just got another sub. It's Harry. Thank you so much, man. Okay, so my champion, I'm glad to see you are finally on the mend. I did my best to calm your fitful dreams. This place looks familiar, we say. I don't know, if you're not a Guild Wars 1 character on a Guild Wars 1 account, I don't know whether you get this option, but I do.
The Eye of the North. A confluence of energies drew me here. It's a place of tremendous power, connected through time.
Yeah, and so Bangar's motivation as well, by the way. Bangar is straight up nuts, because if you think about it, with Drakar gone and the Whispers gone, Bangar still, there's a lot that happens right at the end of the patch that really could have been, like, passed out a bit more slowly or whatever. Because what you have to realize about Bangar as an antagonist now, and it will happen quite quick, but is that, yeah, he stole the glory of the kill, but even now that it's not that he's being corrupted by the Whispers. He always knew that the Whispers were manipulating his men. He always knew what Jormag was up to, and he didn't care anyway. He thinks he knows the problem, and he's above it. And obviously, Jormag's probably one step even further ahead. He's just crazy, like that. He wants power back for the Char. He's not crazy. He's just trying to make the Char what he wants the Char to be. So even with no Whispers, Bangar, this was still a logical decision. This was his choice. The Whispers have done their work on him, if you will. So, yeah. Can you help us deal with Bangar?
He's part of a larger web. Strands connecting to strands. Cut one out and nothing changes. Not really. It's hard to explain, but seeing how those strands connect, taking one life won't solve your problems. His time will come, but there's a reason Jormag has left both of you alive.
So, this was really important as well, because people are going to start wondering, look, Aureen is, like, ridiculously strong. Can you just deal with this? And I think the devs were really smart to have Aureen, like, she knows stuff now. She's, like, connected to these waters that connect through time and stuff. And she's kind of... It's that whole thing, you know, you assassinate a dictator, right? That is moving the ethics of some country on your borders to a place that you don't like. And it doesn't matter. They'll just be replaced by someone else who is like-minded. You know, it's not enough to just kill Bangar. There's something deeper driving all of that. Someone will step up. And Aurene gets the big picture now. So the little details, even as significant as they seem to us, she's starting to let slip. And that's a good, you know, it's a bit tropey, but it's a good way of explaining why Aurene isn't just going to assassinate this guy for us, you know. So, yeah, what was the other thing she said there? Oh, yeah, and there's also this hint that, you know, if Jormag wants us and Bangar alive, remember, Jormag says, we'll all speak again soon. We'll all be back soon. Like, clearly Jormag wants us to talk to Bangar again or something. And Aurene kind of wants to figure out what that is. You know, what's Jormag's endgame? Maybe you keep the players in play until you figure it out. Also, yeah, I just love that guy just killed us. Well, didn't kill us. Tried to assassinate us. Like, brutal. I really like Bangar as a character after that. Like, imagine playing the Grothmar stuff again now, guys. Go back to the prologue, play through it, and think about the fact that dick is going to attack you with a bow, like, very, very soon. Like, just brutal. And the cojones on a guy to do that to such a larger-than-life character as the pack commander. All right, what do you know about Jormag?
More now than before. I know Jormag has spoken with you, at length. There is more to that one than meets the eye. Jormag has helped ravage Tyria countless times. Nothing has ever changed. Now, there is you. And me. Maybe Jormag tires of the cycle. Maybe Jormag wants to preserve our world. I just don't know. Not yet.
So with the Jakar Prince in his office, they were spying on him, not working with him? Maybe. So I love this, by the way. Aurene's like, you are the special thing that's changing the cycle now, which is complete BS. She's the special thing that's changing the cycle, really. But, you know, they have to make the player feel good. They have to make the commander feel like they're the important one. So naturally, Aurene's going to be really nice and polite and sweet and say that we're the special one. But yeah, I love this idea. Maybe Jormag does tire of the cycle. Maybe Jormag wants to preserve our world. I just don't know. How cool is that? It's really cool that, like, this is a serious question we're asking ourselves. Has Jormag found a way? Also, wouldn't it be really nuts if Jormag got into Aurene's head somehow at some point? That would be hype. By the way, her design's pretty cool. I mean, I'm sure there's lots of people that feel all fluttery in their chests as they walk around and go, "Aww!" But I'm not that kind of person, so. But it's nice. There's a bit of extra dialogue as well when we jump into the pool.
So you're drawn to the scrying pool as well. Its waters connect many threads in the mists. Threads throughout time. I believe that power drew me to this place. But I'll need more time to understand it.
Cool, so I don't know whether the scrying pool is going to be really deeply looked at in the saga, but they've already looked well enough at this building that I'm really happy. I think it's very, very, very exciting. And the way that dialogue triggers is excellent as well. The more that Guild Wars does stuff like that, the better, right? Where you are going to get dialogue from an action you took in the world rather than just what you clicked on the UI. It just feels really coherent and decent when you do that. So yeah, that's Aurene. We're going to catch up with our allies now. And I don't know, is Bram going to tell us if he killed Ryland? I don't think he can have, right?
Commander!
Glad to see you're back on your feet.
What happened in there? How'd you get me out?
I might have, become the wolf.
Might have?
For a little bit, yeah.
Wolfspirit was onto something after all. Just needed a bit of a push. A friend in mortal danger can do that.
I knew you had it in you, Bram. You saved our lives. Again. Thank you.
Thanks.
So, Bangar?
Wasted no time stealing credit for our kill.
Any Char who thought he couldn't bring an Elder Dragon to heal is probably having second thoughts now.
And Ryland?
Gone. With him.
Oh yeah, Ryland's good. I'd like to see him a bit scarred later though. And Bram makes some comment about how he did it. So yeah, people in chat are cottoning on. We are in the Eye of the North. There is the scrying pool, and they did announce visions of the past, the new mechanic that will supplement this Living World release. If you remember when they announced that, I did do a video and I said this would be a great candidate of a location. And yeah, the fact that we're back here now and Aurene is actually thinking about the scrying pool, I think it makes a lot of sense that it will be here. That original speculation will probably be exactly right. Especially since we know that Ryland is the first vision, right? Didn't they say that? So the next big story patch is going to be a vision of the past mechanic where we play as Ryland or something. And it will probably be triggered in here for sure, yeah. Aurene will help us. And we'll probably just keep communicating with her. This will be like where she lives, I think. It's kind of cool because I would have thought that if we were going to get a hub location for her, it would have been the egg chamber at Tyria again. You know, that's where I think of like, this is where Aurene was. This is Aurene's home. Or maybe it would be really cool if Kesho, you know, she chose to like chill out at Kesho, but it's the Eye of the North that she's choosing to chill out. And if this becomes like a significant hub for Guild Wars 2 content going forwards, I'm pretty excited. Just as it was for Eye of the North.
Bram, you have hair again.
You should have seen me before.
My champion. Friends, I'm glad you're here. As we speak, the Char split themselves apart, out of fear and rage.
So what's our next move?
We wait for Bengar's next move. He'll reach out to the legions, using Drakar's death as proof of his power.
If he starts splitting up the Char, we're talking civil war. And our son...
Our cubs made his choice. Now we can only respond to it. We'll need to be ready. For anything.
Yeah. For anything.
So, if the story's going to be that these two parents basically have to commit... I mean, is it infanticide anymore? Isn't that to do with age? If they're going to have to kill their kid, all right? I kind of get why they've gone on and on and on about, oh, I love Ryland, I love you, oh, I'm so sorry to be estranged for the first long while, because then it will hit harder later. But yeah, so there you go, that's the end. We get the nice music in here as well. And, oh, why did I double here? Oh my god, somebody friggin' donated $5. I can't believe it. I couldn't read that message, but I will on the very next one, guys, I promise. Thank you, whoever that was. Honestly, I only just caught that. That was really nice of you. So there you go, guys. That's the patch. That's the story. I'll be doing a YouTube video, sort of summing up my thoughts on this and extra beliefs about it going forwards. It will be more concise than this. This is all the dialogue. This is all the fun stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed. And, yes, I will be back very, very, very soon. Even this room looks quite different. Like, the water that was here has been patched over. Can you see this? I wonder if you can bug it and break out again like you used to be able to. I wonder if this will be like the Fractal hub as well, where you sort of come to this central area, but mechanically they have like an area here that looks like Istan or something, and an area here that looks like Maguma, which we teleport to when we do a vision, or wherever the visions are going to be. How the visions compare to Fractals in general is going to be interesting. Oh, there's lots to look at. They could do like 5-man versions of the visions and that just make them Fractal Islands. No, that's kind of, I don't know. The way spoilers work wouldn't really work with that. But there you have it, guys. That's the release. Thanks very much for coming along with this preliminary chat and discussion about the story. And I will be back tomorrow for more good stuff. Thanks, everyone. See you next time.